Well, I had some leftover asparagus. Was in the mood for something, wasn't sure what. Here it is, asparagus and cheese appetizers made with bread and all sorts of yummy ingredients. So, let's get started. First off, we need some bacon, of course. 3 slices-ish. Into the oven they go. I cut them in half because they fit on the pan better, of course. Here's the asparagus I had left. It wasn't much. That's where I figured this would be a kind of great idea. So I'm only making 6, and 3 stalks of asparagus looked like just about enough for what I wanted to make. So we'll put that into a little bowl until we need it. And go on to put some more stuff together. So here's our bacon out of the oven, 15 minutes, 400 degrees, and it's ready to roll. It's nice and crispy. If you don't want it that crispy, take it out a little quicker. So I sopped up a little bit of the grease, of course, because it's like full of grease. Now we're going to chop it up into crumbles. Oops. That's the only thing with crispy, it just flies all over the place. So with a little bit of care and a little bit of patience and speeding up the camera. Here's our bacon, all nice and crumbly. Yummy. And we're going to put that aside until we need it. Next up is our bread. This is going to make our crusts. So you want to take the crust of the bread off. And that I'm going to keep for stuffing, like turkey, or even if I want to make a homemade stuffing one day. So I've got 6 slices of bread. Let me get these crusts out of the way. All right. Now this is kind of cool. So instead of actually making doughy crust, you just take your bread and roll it out like that. And there you go. We do that 6 times and we got our 6 appetizers. It flattens out the bread and now we can use it. I've never tried it before. You, of course, want to grease your muffin tin a little bit, just in case. I'm not really sure how well this is going to work in it. As with anything new, it takes you a while to figure out the ins and outs. How do you get a square peg in a round hole? And you work on it and you kind of mush over the sides and eventually you figure it out. See, I don't know if you noticed then. I hadn't greased the muffin tin, so I had to go back and do it. So here we go. Here's our 6 pieces of bread. Not the neatest job, but it'll work for what I want it to do. All in the tin, and there's more than enough room for our filling. Okay, into the oven they're going to go for 10 minutes-ish at 350, just to brown them up a bit. Next up, we've got our bacon, we've got our asparagus, we need an onion. So I got a half a medium onion. We're going to slice this up fine. And I didn't even use that whole half. Whole half? Half a whole. Maybe a third of an onion's more than enough. So here's our bacon. And we'll put our onion together. Now, here's a bowl. It's got 4 ounces of cream cheese. I've kind of warmed up a bit in the microwave. That's half a pack of cream cheese. And now we're going to put our bacon and onions into the mix. There's our asparagus too. You've got your 3 basic food groups in asparagus. Cream cheese, bacon, onions, yummy. Throw in some asparagus. How can that be bad? I can't even see how it could be. Unless you're not a great fan of asparagus, in which case you wouldn't even have to put that in then. But then why would you be watching this if you didn't like asparagus? Here's our cups, and let's fill them up. I'm liking this already. I can't wait to get in the oven, which, by the way, you want to preheat your oven to 350. There you go. That's pretty well the whole bowl of cream cheese for the 6. So if you want to make more than 6, you're probably going to have to double everything up or chop up a lot more asparagus or what have you. And of course, we got to put just a little extra cheese on. Now, of course, that's my mix that I usually use. However, you could make a case for just putting cheddar on it. It would be fantastic. Or if you want a little bite, you can put pepper jack or whatever. Let's get this baby into the oven. 10 to 15 minutes till it's nice and golden brown. Here we are out of the oven. Check that out. Everything's all melty and gooey and yummy looking. Let's get it out and on a plate. I'm glad I sprayed the pan beforehand. Made getting them out so much easier. There you go. A nice quick munchie to make. You can have it as a side dish, or just because you feel like having asparagus and something else to go with it. Hope you like this. It's really good. You gotta make it. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this in any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.